first line of this story is also the title. Would you fuck Rebecca? The question catches me off guard. 1 minute, Sergio is muttering into his scotch about that bitch Rebecca, and then this, these 4 words, spat at me. The bar is noisy, but there's no mistaking the question. This is the first time I've seen Sergio in a while. He's just returned from a month-long trip back to Sao Paulo, a long overdue family visit for his sister's wedding. We've played in the same Saturday pickup soccer game in Golden Gate Park for 5 years, but we met through our girlfriends, Ginny and Rebecca, when the 3 of us worked together at the same language school. Sergio is moody, irritable. I'm a little intimidated. I've seen him go to the ground on the soccer field with little instigation. His brow practically crackles with lightning, and I know why. He and Rebecca are in free-fall collapse, a drama to which I've had a front-row seat. She stayed home, while Sergio went to Brazil alone. That's the backdrop against which his forward question and potential accusation blurts out. I sip my beer to buy time. What exactly could he mean? Would I fuck Rebecca? Sergio is Brazilian, and his English has 0 inflection, so I don't know how to take the question. The possible meanings are innumerable, some of which are very dangerous, as I well know. It's how I make my living. I teach American accent training to high-level executives from Asia and China. Asia and Europe, that's crazy. People whose mastery of the language is excellent, but lacks nuance and subtlety. If Sergio was one of my students, we do an exercise in which we each hold a rubber band with our thumbs and stretch it as we repeat the question, each time emphasizing a different word and examining how the meaning changes. For example, is Sergio asking, would you fuck Rebecca? With the emphasis on would, the question lends itself to a hypothetical and therefore safe interpretation. That is, do I find Rebecca sufficiently attractive that, with all other considerations removed, such as the fact that she is the girlfriend of one of my best buddies, would I be willing to perform sexual intercourse with her? Or is he asking, would you fuck Rebecca? This inflection emphasizes the agent. It unmistakably implies accusation. The real question being asked is, would I betray him, Sergio? Would I, in another sense, fuck him? See how sketchy this gets? Yeah. When you walk in multilingual circles, you need to tread carefully. Many years ago, a man broke my nose in a Munich bar after I complimented his sister's boots. Just the memory makes me wince and run my finger over the bump in my nose. The emphasis on the agent also opens up another interpretation. That is, would I fuck her as a favor? For example, Rebecca wants sex, Sergio's too tired, and doesn't want to fuck her. Would I fuck Rebecca on his behalf? I'm pretty sure that's not what he means. Does he want to know, would you fuck Rebecca? This emphasis on the action generates the least likely interpretation. I am also reminded of a basic language exercise in which you swap in new words in an established construction. I am walking down the street. I am jogging down the street. I am running down the street. Would you see Rebecca? Would you tell Rebecca? Would you fuck Rebecca? Of all the possible actions I could perform with Rebecca, would fucking be among them? He isn't asking that either. The last possibility is the most hopeful. Would you fuck Rebecca? This interpretation sounds even more hypothetical than the first one. The kind of general question bored teenagers ask themselves about the girls in homeroom. Would you fuck Sarah Jones? Would you fuck Jane Smith? During the 2007 Academy Awards, a lot of playful sexual innuendo was directed at the 60th Helen Mirren. inspiring my roommate, Lily, to ask me that same question with the correct inflection. Would you do it with Erin? She didn't stop there. Every time the camera stopped on an aging actress, she repeated the question. Would you do it with Goldie Hawn? Would you do it with Susan Sarandon? Sergio is in the middle of his third scotch, and I wonder how to answer. His eyes are glassy, but his jaw and temple tense, as if fish are schooling just beneath the surface. The best thing would be to screw the possible interpretations and play it safe. Just say no. My answer, but it doesn't matter. My answer to every interpretation is the same, and I want to scream it out loud. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I have. Yes, I did. And yes, I will again. Rebecca and I made love while you were in Sao Paulo. We were together the entire time. I've been in love with her ever since I met her. When I was still going with Ginny and they wanted me to meet you. The four of us made dinner together. Your place on 16th Street with a big old-fashioned stove and pressed tin walls. Rebecca put marinated artichoke hearts in the salad, and I fell in love with her. And she's in love with me, and we don't know how to tell you. 2 Sundays ago, we spent the rainy morning in my bed, wishing you would just stay in Sao Paulo. That you wouldn't come back at all, just a phone call, asking us to send your stuff, that it would be that easy. I pulled down the rest of my beer and run my finger over the bump in my nose. I swivel to face Sergio. Yes.
Excellent.